Welcome to the Kick-Ass Talks podcast, the podcast for personal development, inspiration and motivation for all you amazing entrepreneurs out there. I'm your host, Paula Hemmings. Today I want to speak to you about what is stopping you from achieving your goals. As an entrepreneur, and as entrepreneurs, we are amazing at setting goals. But one of the challenges we can find is we're not always achieving the goals that we set out, which can be quite frustrating, which is why I thought I would have a look at this. And through having particular conversations with one particular friend who's also an entrepreneur, it's led me to question this thought, and I thought I would share my findings with you today. So, I believe as entrepreneurs, we're used to pushing and fighting to get out of the comfort zone. So you do get this statement thrown around a lot of, get out of the comfort zone, you've got to push out the comfort zone and what have you. But once you've actually taken that plunge of being an entrepreneur, unless you've got a big fat wad of money behind you, you're probably have already taken yourself out of that comfort zone, that zone where you're not getting that regular salary anymore, where you're not always sure where the next piece of income or where the next client's coming from, having to put yourself out there in front of people. I wouldn't consider that being in your comfort zone. What I feel the problem is, the biggest challenge that we do face as an entrepreneur is being in the discomfort zone. So I came across this theory in the book. I'm trying to remember what the book's called. Overcoming Under-Earning by Barbara Stanny. And Barbara Stanny in that book described the discomfort zone as an unpredictable passage where maybe for a few moments you could succeed or flourish. You could succeed or flourish or fall flat on your face. So I'll say that again. The discomfort zone is an unpredictable passage where maybe for a few moments you could succeed, flourish, or you could fall flat on your face. I do strongly believe that this is where we do sort of hit a bit of a wall as an entrepreneur, because we're out of the comfort zone, but the discomfort zone, that is a bit more of a tricky place to be. It's a place where you become vulnerable. It's easy for you to be able to run back to the comfort zone, or do you choose to go where you fear? You might have developed, for example, a new product, a new service. Might even be as simple as a new website, a piece of marketing material. And you're worried about what people are going to say about it. You might end up at a network event, but you don't know whether you should actually bring it up, or do you stick to the thing that you normally say? Or do you want to tell them about this new product that inside you're super duper passionate about this product and service, and you actually think it's amazing, but you find yourself in this discomfort zone where you're scared of what other people are going to say. You're scared of putting your fabulous idea out there. But business is a sales game, and we need to be able to sell ourselves and sell our ideas as well as our products and services. And if we're not sharing these ideas, if we are not transferring the enthusiasm that we have to somebody else, to another person at the networking event, or a possible investor, then why are they going to buy into your product? They cannot jump into our minds and see how fabulous and how wonderful these products are that we're selling. So what do? Do you face the possibility of rejection, or do you take a deep breath and decide to put one foot in front of the other and walk through the fire? Now, I do believe, actually not just believe, I know wholeheartedly, to be able to break through to the other side, to get to that side of success, to get to that goal achieving side, we do need to step out in faith. It's almost like walking up to, imagine you're in a war zone and there's some snipers, but you've got to get through the passage of the snipers to get to the other side, or you're just going to wither and die where you are. And it's almost like opening up your arms, having faith, and just walking out, think, you know what, if they get me, they get me, but if I walk to the other side, then obviously I'm going to be alive, which would be the ideal situation. So step out in faith, feel the fear, and do it anyway. Because if we don't, what's the alternative? To run back to where it was not so uncomfortable, to where it was more easier to handle, where you don't feel that scared, fearful feeling in your chest, that horrible, pain that you get, that uncomfortable feeling in your chest. You're like, oh, what is this horrible thing I'm feeling in my chest? And it's just fear. And fear is there to try and protect us. But in this situation, I think you can thank your fear for trying to look after you and say, you know what, I'm going to be okay. Because what you're trying to sell is not going to be as drastic as having to walk through a war zone with snipers. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Do you know what? Someone might say, what a load of rubbish. That idea is actually ridiculous. Why don't you just get a job? But did you die? Did you actually die when someone said that to you? No, they didn't. So if that's the worst kind of thing that can happen, why hold yourself back? Why not push through and get to the other side? As well as being able to achieve your goals, once you've been able to do that, what you would have developed is a really strong mental muscle and an emotional muscle that's going to be, you know what, I can do that now. It's almost like doing telesales. If you've ever done telesales, when you first start, it's really horrible at first. It's really scary to pick up the phone. You think everyone's going to shout at you. You think everyone's going to put the phone down on you and, all sorts of horrible things. And you start to speak to people and you realise the majority of people on the phone are really nice. And if they don't want to speak to you, they just tell you. You will get the odd person that's shouting at you down the phone. But again, can I ask, did you die? Did you die? No, you didn't. So you keep going, and then you develop that thicker skin, and that's what you'll also develop when you manage to get through the discomfort zone. So when you do come across situations and challenges in the future, you will know how to handle yourself, because you will have that stronger emotional muscle. So if you're in this situation right now, you're not alone. I had a friend who I spoke to the other day who's gone through this same thing. But I've advised her to take the same steps I'm telling to you. And it'd be interesting to see what happens once you do get at the other side. But I'm telling you, it's only going to be a positive reaction that you're going to get. I'm not saying that, you'll get a positive reaction to your service, depends on what it is. But for you personally, you will come out a better person. You will be a stronger person because you decided to take that, to take that step out in faith, the leap of faith, and you survived. And you would have survived a stronger person and a better entrepreneur. And that's all I've got for you today. I do wish you every success, and I really appreciate your time here with me. I finally have the Kick-Ass Talks website ready for you to look at, so you can see all of our lovely events and what's going on. So you can now check out kickasstalks.com, and there's also going to be a blog. No, there also is a blog on there as well, so you can subscribe, join the mailing list, and find out about all of our events that are coming up. There's also another site that you should check out, which is kaentrepreneurs.co.uk. That's kaentrepreneurs.co.uk, and that is for the Kick-Ass Entrepreneur Club. So if you're an entrepreneur who find yourself feeling a little bit clueless when it comes to marketing, you might be a newbie when it comes to business, you may be a side hustler that needs a bit of support when it comes to marketing strategies, business strategies, growing your business, getting more customers, you might need a bit of support. The Kick-Ass Entrepreneurs is going to be a place for you. We do live monthly training. We have a VIP entrance into all of our Kick-Ass Talks events. There's unlimited email support where you can get all your questions answered. There's member-only social events, so if you're local, you better come and have a little socialise with the other members. We also have a private Facebook group where you can, throw your ideas around and just chat with other members. One of the cool things about it, you also get an accountability buddy. So, being your own boss, it's all well and good saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but you've got no one to answer to a lot of the time. An accountability buddy is great for having someone to answer to and asking you why you haven't done that when you haven't done certain things. There's no contract. Oh, there's also access to a resource library, so where you get templates and editorial calendar templates, social media posts for you to copy and paste and put into your website, and loads of other documents that you can use within your business. And it's contract free, and the packages start from £17 a month, which is super duper value for money that you can always write off as an expense. So check out kaentrepreneurs.co.uk and also kickasstalks.com. So thank you again for your listening ears, and I will be back soon with another Kick-Ass Talks podcast just for you.